let's try a couple more examples with our quadratic formula. Now, one of the keys for the quadratic formula is it must equal 0 before you can do the quadratic formula, kind of like it was with factoring in the last lesson. So we need to get this equal to 0 first. So I'm going to start by minusing 3y to both sides so I can get rid of that 3y, and then minus 5 to both sides so I can get rid of that 5. So now I've got y squared minus 3y minus 5 all equals 0. Now I can do the quadratic formula because I had to get it equal to 0 first. Now I can find my a, b, and c. Now there's no number in front of the y squared, so it's our secret 1. Our b should be negative 3, and our c should be negative 5. So I want you pause the video, try to plug those numbers into the quadratic formula. You don't need to simplify it yet, just plug them in and see how you do. Okay, this is what you should have gotten. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now we're going to follow our simplifying steps. So our first one bite at a time, is a negative 3. Two negatives make a positive 3. Next one is negative 3 squared. Now, word of warning on this, if you type this into your calculator, if you type it like that, your calculator will give you the wrong answer. If you're squaring a negative in your calculator, you must put parentheses or your calculator will do it wrong. So if you type that in, you should get a positive 9. Next, I do negative 4 times 1 times negative 5, which should give me a positive 20. And then finally, the last part, 2 times 1, which is a positive 2. Next, simplify inside your root. So now you have x equals 3 plus or minus square root of 29, adding those together, all over 2. And here's the part where I separate them. So I've got x equals 3 plus square root of 29 all over 2. And x equals 3 minus square root of 29 all over 2. And those, at this point, we can just type into our calculator to see what we get. So this first one, if you type in 3 plus square root of 29 divided by 2, should give you 4.19. And then 3 minus square root of 29, all divided by 2, should give you negative 1.19. Okay, so there's that one. Let's try this last one. I'm going to start you off and then have you pause the video and try to finish it on your own. So once again, we know that in order to use the quadratic formula, it must be equal to 0. So I need to start by distributing and simplifying this problem so that I can get it all equal to 0. So we're using our skills from back in 2.1. So I'm distributing these things. So I should get this. And now I can simplify. So I have 7x squared, 7x times x, plus 7x times 2, 14x, plus 5. 3x times x, 3x squared, plus 3x times 1, 3x. Now, just like last time, get everything to the same side, so minus 3x squared to get rid of that one, and minus 3x to get rid of that one. And now it equals 0. So now you can see that 4 is your A, positive 11 is is your B. And then positive 5 is your C. So this time I want you to pause the video, try to plug this one into the quadratic formula, and simplify it all on your own, and then you can play the video and make sure you got it right. Okay, these are your final answers, what you should have gotten. You are welcome to pause the video at this point if you got these wrong, to go back and see where you went wrong. If you got them right, great job. Go ahead and get started on your Canvas homework.